Okay, good afternoon all. Hope everyone is well. Anybody take that second entry long? I left it. There was a possible range here, so it could have been a breakout. It may have triggered. I don't know. I just left it. We're getting close to the open, and I don't know. It's just something about it I didn't like. So I watched that dumb trade. It was funny. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch, isn't it? What has this made? It's just something about it I don't like. Let's go one tick above it. So you'd have got 1.25 so far. I'm just not a massive fan. It's a bit too far from the EMA. And it could just have a couple of attempts to go higher and then drop. So yeah, I ummed and ahed about it, but if I'm not sure, and that is just too far from the EMA, for me, the leg's got to come down here, really, because I don't know. We've touched a bunch of times here and here, so it could just be a fail breakout. I don't know, but if I'm not sure, I'll just leave it anyway. So, Dre, how you doing, pal? Kev, how you doing, buddy? What, how you doing, my friend? Stop Hunter, how you doing? Ionis, how are you? Rhodian, the other side of the world, how are you? Stop Hunter, we've said that. Yeah, excellent. Okay. So, I had to finish early yesterday because we had parents' evening at my daughter's school, but I did come back later and I sat down for about 30 minutes after the news and I took a failure, a really nice failure, actually got me quick 3 points. In fact, it rocketed down. Mac did mark it as well, so that got me up to the $1,500 mark. So that is carrying on, actually. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit far from the EMA for me, and I don't, it's hard to say. I did have a fiddle around to try and get it into a channel, and even if I put it into a channel, there's an overshoot. So something just told me to stay out. Depends how you have that, really. Trouble is, I don't see how you can have it down there. You possibly could. Trouble is, you've missed all this, so you just don't know. I mean, I sort of was going for something like that, which sort of fitted along there. But if you bring it back, it was a possible overshoot. It's fitting a bunch of times here, so you just don't know. Overshoot would make sense. So anyway, okay, market is officially open. So let's have a look. So it did go up for some points, didn't it? So you'd have got some points out of it. But what did it go up for? 4. So it got 3, 3.25, 3.5 out of it. But it's just something I wasn't a fan. Okay, there's a second entry long there. This looks like it's more going sideways. Measured move satisfied. So where'd you go from about there or there? Here's something like that, did you? Yeah, it's close enough, isn't it? In fact, depending on where you, no, let's put that from there. So yeah, depending on how you do it, it's close enough. Yeah, it's close enough, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't want to go long again, would you, just to get those couple of extra ticks? So I'm not sure about this. I don't know how you guys have got a channel, but the trouble is if you do have something like that which fits, as soon as you drag it over there, is it an overshoot? It's hard to say, really. Have you guys got that? I've got my what's it above me, a Discord. If you guys have got anything different than that, and you got a second, drop a chart on there if you've got it the same as that or different, or you know what your thoughts are. So yeah, we've got some news in about 30 minutes. So that's coming up. So by the look of this, trouble is, depends how you've got a chart there. If you consider that a break, then you may get a new high. It's not dropping as quick as I thought it would. Well, maybe it is now. Once it gets so far, I can see it coming down to this level here. So once it does get so far, I can see it dropping. There's just no reason to buy it unless it pushes up. So I'm guessing that's coming down here. I think it'll come down here a bit quicker. So yeah, I took a... I'll show you quickly. Where is it? I think Mac did mark it. Where's my trade charts? Now, as a rule, I don't come back in the evening, but as I'd missed a bit yesterday, I wanted to come back just to see how I handled it. Because I always had a problem. Having said that, yeah, that was it there. We pushed out, had a break try, got one strike size. It was a nice failure. Mac marked it as well, and it just dropped. It came back a little bit, but I left it. And I just got out. It just dropped, came out for 3 points. But yeah, I just wanted to come back just to see how I dealt with it. And I just thought, you know, okay, come back, sit tight, sit nice and calmly. Just sit there. If you see something, take it. If you don't, walk away. And I came back for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, but it was quick 3 minutes. About 30 minutes, something like that. Just sat nice and calmly because, you know, what I don't want to feel like is I'm trapped and I can only trade when I do the stream. At some point, you know, the stream might not be there for whatever reason, you know, if something breaks down or something and I'm stuck with it. But, you know, I think the majority of my issues with trading is just because I was risking too much. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate that. I seem that when doing my review. See that. Oh, that trade. Yeah. Yeah, it was okay trade actually. It did drop pretty quick, to be fair. The trade, yeah. Okay. So we're working our way down to the top here. Let's see what happens. But we got a leg. Looks like 2 legs more or less. But once we get below that, there's no reason to buy that really. In all fairness, it needs to come down to somewhere. So this is the next port of call really. There's clearly some support there. Yeah, I just don't know about that. It kind of fits, but then there's an overshoot. In fact, I'd probably I'm going to draw that overshoot. And that's often how it happens. We get a break, push up new high, and then come down. So whether it's an overshoot or not, I don't know. It's irrelevant now anyway. So account's going well. This is day 18. I think it's day 18 or 19. And I'm up $1,500, which I think is kind of okay for 1 point. Oh, excuse me. I wanted to show you guys. I downloaded a new indicator yesterday. And it's got something that I think is really useful. I'm just going to quickly switch over to a sim. See if you can see the difference. So I'm going to sell that. Now you can work out what's going on there, can't you? What it does, it tells me that I'm on one contract, 12 ticks, and it instantly tells me my risk and profit. I don't have to think about it because sometimes you've got to eye over the side and go 3, 4, 5, 6. So I kind of like that. It tells you exactly what you're risking. Yeah, exactly. And it was free as well. But I just like it. You can have various settings, but you know, sometimes when you move your stop and you got to work these things out. In fact, I'm going to close that one because I'm up $62 on a sim. So sim's going really well actually. But yeah, it's just it's useful. So it tells me I'm trading one contract, 12 ticks currently. That's what I tend to do. Go for 3 up, 3 points up, 3 points down, and it tells me my risk based on you know, what I'm doing. If I got 2 contracts, it tells me exactly the same. Tells me on 2 contracts, I'm still risking 12 ticks, which is 3 points, and it tells me my profit there. So really useful. I really like that one.
Order filled.
It's called, I don't know whether to make some money out of you now and charge you maybe just $20. Just I might make you wait till next week. No, I'll tell you. Where is it? I wrote it down for you. It's free as well, so it's just, I think it's useful. And it's on the website is ninjatraderecosystem.com. ninjatraderecosystem.com. And it's called Order Line Decorator. In fact, I'll type that out for you. It's probably going to be a bit easier. So, Ninja Trader ecosystem.com. Miss the M.com. ninjatraderecosystem.com. And it's called Order Line Decorator. I'll leave that on there for a couple of minutes. Ninja Trader ecosystem, right? Ecosystem.com. Yeah, just download it. You know how to do it, don't you? There's a zip file. You open up. Let me think. It does tell you what to do. What do you do? You probably do it, don't you? Is it no? It does tell you Ninja script something import, something like that. But it's really useful. It just, you don't have to work out, because sometimes, you know, when you're working out how much you're risking, you're counting down, aren't you? It's a bit of a pain, so I like it that it just pops up and you know exactly. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave those up there, because if I use it after, there's only, 25 people in at the moment, so someone else will ask for it, so I'll leave that there for now. It does show it up here anyway, order, and the good thing is you can just click on settings or block it out if you want. Or get rid of it. But it's useful. It's useful. I was tempted to charge you £20 each, actually. But I thought, no, it's Friday. Okay, so we've had a bit of an overshoot. Whether it's an overshoot or not, possibly not. Push down. Maybe we're going to make a new high. I don't know. We have come down and bounced. So... not sure about that. And Jola, do you ever say to yourself, I'd be 3,000 up now if I just kept 2 contracts, or do you feel like your trading wouldn't have been as good if you used 2 contracts? That's a good question, actually. Okay, I've been trading this style now for 2.5 years, and if I get 2 losses and the bars are quite big, so let's say, for instance, I took this trade here. So tick above, tick below. It's a 3.75 risk. Now, if I took 2 of those trades and lost, including fees, I'd be down $700. What's that? Over $700. Which, when I had my 4 PAs up to about 2,200, I basically lost 1/3 of my pot in one day. It's a lot. And in all honesty, if you speak to any professional trader and you tell him you're risking 10 to 12% per trade, he'd call you an absolute maniac and say you're never going to survive. And he'd be right. Now, professional traders generally talk about areas of 1 to 3%. You know, 1%, even 0.5% I've heard of. Now, when I first learned to trade currency, I used Andrew Lockwood, and a lot of his trades were only 0.5%. But everything I've read says newer, less experienced traders always risk too much. And it's common sense. The more you risk, the more stress levels you have. It's common sense. if you went down the bookies for the day with a couple of friends and you put $10, $20 on a horse, it wouldn't be a major issue. If it lost, it was a bit of luck. But if you put $200 on there, you'd be a little bit more nervous. So I just don't want to lose a third of my pot in 2 trades. So you lose quite a big one, $350, even $400. It makes you think. So by reducing that down, it's taken the sting out the tail, shall we say? And how many times have we heard slow and steady wins the race? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So it's the one thing I hadn't done. Now, I could see, I could be at $3,000, or I could have blown the account twice over. So what I will say is I'm on $1,500 in about 18 days. So I think I signed up for this account on the 13th of last month. So I've probably got about another 2 days trading. And it's been rocky. There hasn't been brilliant trades. But even on a below average month, if you get $1,500 per account and you've got 10 accounts, that's $15,000 a month just out of 10 accounts. And trust me, when you reduce the risk, the stress comes down. It's common sense. And it's the one thing I hadn't done. So ever since I've done that, things seem so much easier. I'm less stressed when I lose a trade. I think twice out of the times I've been trading this, I've had losing days, and I haven't come back in the evening. And I can say that I don't think I've ever done that, maybe a few times, but it feels like night and day. So, but it's a good point. It's not, I've read so many times, don't think about making money. Don't plan making money. Get the trading right and the money will come. I guarantee it. Somebody told me that and I'd forgotten about it. So since I've done this, you can earn plenty of money. And as your account grows, once you get $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, whatever, then you can increase to 2 contracts and so on. But if you risk too much, it's such a lot of pressure. And, as less experienced traders, we're not used to those emotions yet. And it does take time to build them up. So risking too much. And I'll tell you something now, even a seasoned trader, if he's risking 10% of his pot, I guarantee his emotional level will be higher. So, but that's a good question. Good question. But it's the one thing I hadn't done. I'd had people saying to me, you should do it. Hey, Brick, how you doing? I'm signing my first peer agreement in the UK. Excellent. Good for you, mate. It's about we outnumber some of these Americans. They're surrounding us, bud. I'm assuming correct. It's changed a bit, actually. The paperwork's a bit more simplified, but yeah, just put your passport number in. First thing you do is open up your account, log into your account, and you pay the performance fee. You've got 2 options, obviously the monthly or the one-off. That's down to you. And then you sign your bit of paperwork, and then you'll get an email saying your account will be ready soon, and it's pretty quick, to be honest with you. So, yeah, well done to you, mate. Well done. Exponential, how you doing, pal? News in 15 minutes. I'm glad you said that, mate. I still haven't got the hang of this yet. I still forget. I have got an Alexa, one of the bigger Alexas next to me. I should put in a some sort of a little alarm, really. I wish you could have something that just flashes on the screen. Flashes the screen, flicks red or something or whatever, just to let you know it's coming up. Sometimes with the best intentions, I know it's there, but I'm focusing so hard on what I'm looking at, and sometimes if you see something, it's easy to forget. Yeah, so well done, Brick. Slow and steady, mate. The trouble is, I spent so much time just blowing accounts because I was risking too much. And, you're saying, yeah, but it'll take twice as long. But the chance of you getting it is way higher. So it's okay, trying to get these things a bit quicker. But if you're struggling with the emotional side and you're blowing accounts, you're just sort of prolonging things. But, I fought everything. I had people saying to me, you go down to 1 contract, but I thought my answer to that was not a chance. No, it's going to take me forever. Well, it's surprising. It's surprising how quick it comes. Excuse me. I'm going to go for the lifetime one. It's 160. 160. Oh, what is it? You got a big account, have you? I'm guessing. I'm going for the lifetime one. It's 160. Lifetime one. 105 for the monthly. Is it? I thought all the monthly ones were $85. There's something not right there, mate. Have they put the prices up? Lifetime used to be 140. Has it gone up? Well, lifetime was 140 and monthly was 85. You're not telling me they put the prices up. Are you with Apex? Oh, come on, Brick. You're scaring us all now. Spit it out, mate. Put us out of misery. What? The prices have gone up. Christ. Yeah. I'm surprised the prices have gone up. That's a ball like. Second PA account last night was 8,540. Oh, you're on Tradeovate. Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense. I don't know why it costs more on Tradeovate, but thank God for that. You started panicking me there, mate. Excuse me. Let's right, okay, yeah, Tradeovate. Got you. I got you. Christ. Yeah, damn right, mate. We all started panicking then. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but, you know, I think it was more the monthly that was the surprising thing. It's quite a chunk. That is quite a chunk. 160. So yeah, so that's gone up $20, but it's gone up. What is it? Yeah, $20 for both, isn't it? I wonder why. Is it because not many people use Tradeovate? I don't even think I've seen Tradeovate's interface, actually. Did try Ninja Trader, but you need a license to use. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it depends how you trade, really. See, I mean, I suppose we tend to think everyone trades with Ninja Trader and trades price action, but it's not always the case, is it? Okay, so what's going on here then? I wonder. Let me just link these two up, see if that comes close. See, that might be right, but it might not be. So if we take it away, so we've had a push out there, we've had a break, and we have made a new high, but wow. I take it there was some traders took that one for sure, the way that stopped down. Wow. Yeah. But yeah, second entry long, if you've had the order there, it literally triggered you and stopped you out in a split second. I wouldn't have taken that anyway. In all fairness, it's congested. We have made a new high, and I'm a bit unsure. But yes, I bet some traders lost that one. I mean, that bar literally went from triggering it to dropping down to its lows, which was 4 points. Yeah, 4 points in less than a second. So if you'd have bought that, you'd have been in and out in a second. It's not often you lose a trade that quick, in all fairness. So I'm definitely not thinking about going long. I mean, there is a possibility. We're just ranging. I think that's a probably safer bet at the moment. I'm staying out of things. Yeah, let's have a look. So if we are ranging, that's a possible failure, but I'm just staying out because it is a bit congested there. But it may just be a bigger range. It's quite likely, isn't it? What happened yesterday? Okay, we had that big push down, didn't we? And it was basically, with the exception of this really, bit of side was there bearish for most of the day. So we could have a bit of a pullback, because if I remember, if I looked on the daily, we'd basically touched the top of the daily, the top line of the chart, the downtrend of the daily, and pulled back. So we obviously had a bearish bar right the way, well, close to the end of the day. So I suppose it would make sense that we get a bit of a pullback, possibly before we go lower. Let me just quickly look at the daily. Just sling it out of the way a minute. Yeah. So I had to delete a load of bits of stuff. I couldn't see it properly. Yeah, so this is the daily quickly. So yeah, we were touching this line. We had a bit of an overshoot and it rocketed up, hit that line and then dropped. And it's actually triggered below there. So whether we're going to pop out because of this overshoot, so we could have a strong push up and take out that bearish bar. It has triggered, or we could just have a pullback and continue down. But we have had an overshoot, so we've had this leg up, maybe a couple of legs down with an overshoot, so we could go up, in all fairness. So I wouldn't be shocked. Where's this news? Okay, 5 minutes. Got to keep an eye on that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going on here. That looks like, if we can get above here, I'd say there's a fair chance that we're going to be making some upward stuff for the day. Let's have a look. Oh, that's interesting. That's touched there and pushed up. So let's keep an eye on that. So let's put that news there. I do not want to miss that. We've touched here a few times, so it's always possible we got a range and it may come crashing down, but hopefully we get that news out of the way quick. 4.5 minutes. Because that push up and the pull back and up some more could indicate we're pushing higher. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Your ATM strategy is showing 2 contracts. Oh shit. Thanks for that, bud. I really appreciate that. I changed over to 2 contracts, didn't I, when I was doing this? I'm glad you told me that, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well spotted. I'm glad I got you here. None of you other buggers noticed that. I'm so glad you noticed that, mate. It would either been good news or bad news. Good point. Yeah, I forgot I swapped over, didn't I, when I was showing the... In fact, while waiting on the news, for any of you newer guys in, I picked up a new... indicator yesterday, and I'll quickly show you it.
Order filled.
There you go. Straight away. I don't need to work out what my risk is. You normally got to go 80, 81, 82, 83. It does it for me. So there's my stop, there's my target. I'm trading 1 contract, 12 ticks. And currently, based on what I'm trading, that's my risk, that's my profit. I have mine set it. And that's free to download if you're interested. And there's the website, ninjatraderecosystem.com. And that's the indicator order line decorator. So that's pretty good, that. You can obviously extend this, change all the colours and so on and so forth, change it from ticks to points. But useful, that. Straight away, you don't have to think, because sometimes, depending on where you move it, you always usually look right and see, if I want to go to if I want to reduce that to 2 points, I've got to sort of work it out, haven't I? But I know there straight away. And as I adjust that, so does it counts down as well. So it's really useful, that. So I know it's a sim, but I wouldn't feel right if I didn't get at least a tick on this. I'm really kidding. So useful there. So that's the website. That's what it's called, and it's free of charge. So, so I want to get one tick. I know it sounds sad, doesn't it? Go on, tick through me, tick through. Come on. Okay. Go on, tick, tick. Go on. One more tick. Come on. Okay,
Order
break
filled.
even on me sim. Okay, so back to PA, back to one contract. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Okay, let me just check everything's working like it should. Where's the news? Okay, we've got a minute or so.
Order submitted.
Oh, shit. Oh, I don't like that.
Order cancelled.
I ain't opening another one of them till the news is over. That's the first time it's gone orange for a while. Okay, be aware now. News. 1 minute and 15 seconds. So if you're in a trade now, now's the time to start panicking. Leg down, leg down. That could even be a little bit of a spike and channel. It would actually work better on the tops. I'll bring that down to there. Maybe a bit more. Let's put it there. Works there, works there, works there. I'm never a fan of these for some reason. I don't like them. Okay. 30 seconds, this news. Yeah, I appreciate that, bud. No, I changed it over when I was demonstrating that eco thing. Okay, leg, bouncing off there. Whether it's here or not, I don't know. In fact, just for now, I'm going to put it back. Ooh, there's the news. Nothing too major, I don't think. 4 points pushed down. I'm not a fan of that now, I don't think. Okay, possible second entry long. But I'm staying out of this big bar, big risk. Bouncing around at the moment, so Algo's doing their thing, yeah. So nothing major. This is where we started it. We dropped down a couple of times, pushed up a couple of times, and we're more or less back to where we were. So nothing major. In fact, you'd be hard pushed to tell that was news, really. But there we go. So I'm guessing that is probably going to be stopped out. Yeah. Okay, so this, I think it's looking more like a range, I think. Thought there may be a possible channel, but no, I discounted that pretty quickly. Not a fan of it. So there is some support along there. You can clearly see that. So if this comes down, that's where I expect it to go. Okay, I'm calling this the overnight highs, which is the top of this range. There's the overnight lows down here, so that's pretty straightforward. Okay, we can get rid of that now. Yeah, I'm guessing this is going to come down to here at least. Maybe we can get a second entry here. Okay, that's where that'll come down to, I think. Unfortunately, I thought we may get a little second entry, a little push-up, touch that and break lower than there, but unfortunately, no. That long may have triggered there. So I still expect that to get down to here. There's no other reason. There is a little bit of congestion there, but there's no reason why it shouldn't do. Probably call that a small break.
Order submitted.
Just in case this comes down bearish, I'd fade that. I thought that might work.
Order cancelled. Order submitted. Order cancelled. Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Okay, pull down a bit, another attempt to go higher. And if we can get another second leg up, we might smash straight through this, we'll have to see. Let's have that. My bear channel started from the very highs up here. Yeah, it's possible. Let's have a look. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Yeah, okay, I like that. Touch, touch, touch. Close enough. I mean, you could wangle that a fraction, couldn't you? It'd be nice to get another. Yeah. Nice to get another little... Yeah, I was waiting for a bearish bar there to fade this because I was expecting to get down to here. Unfortunately, ended up more of a neutral bar, which just not what I wanted. I'd still like to see a bit of a pullback. Yeah, it's just too risky, that, really. Oh, yeah. That probably stopped that out, I would have said. I'm not taking it, though, because if it does get down there, it's going to be close to these lows, so I'm not so sure about that. So. Oh. So I get finicky about having these bang on. Okay, so that bullish bar's triggered. It's come down, bounced off the bottom of this range. Why isn't you highlighting? There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get another bounce off this and come down, because that is possibly a hidden second entry short. So if we can get another one that pops out the top, we may get a short out of that. We'll see. I'd rather that close here, which I don't think it's gonna, is it? Let's have a look. I found a job where we are hiring a few more. Need collab managers, Scotland. You've been invited to join a server, Elements NFT. Anybody know what that is? Oh, big bearish bar there. Not so sure about that. It's higher than that. Oh, that's making me nervous. Okay, it's going to be a lower high if I get involved in that. It is a hidden second entry short. I like the way it's gone up but come down, but just the way that's bouncing is making me nervous. Anything with NFT, I automatically... Really? NFT, meaning non-fungible tokens. How do I block the guy? Let's have a look. Who are you, fella? Cyril. Okay. Banned. There we go. I hope he wasn't a nice guy. Okay, hidden second entry short. Just not a massive fan of that for some reason, because that pushed up a little bit higher. If it was a bit lower, I just don't know. It's looking a bit sideways there, so that's making me a bit nervous. We've come down close to this bottom, so once we make a few attempts to come down, and we still don't get there, I just start to get a bit nervous, but Maybe not. Let's have a look. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches there. Maybe it is. I'm still not a fan of that. I think you'd have got 2 points out of it. Yeah, you would have done. I'm just not a fan of that. Possible second entry short trouble is taking a trade right there in the middle. You just never know. It may rocket down, but I took one like that the other day and got out of it for 3 ticks, and I wished I hadn't. In all fairness, it's right in the middle of that. So low impact news in 5 minutes. Yeah, low impact news doesn't even do anything really. I have the medium impact it, but I'm yet to see medium impact news really do anything. In all fairness, there is a lower high there. I'm just not a fan of it. It's just where it is. It's right in the middle of that. So that could trigger you and stop you straight out, but it may come down. I'm just not a fan. Because where you're going short is right in the middle of that lot, so you just never know. It's in a slightly more dangerous spot, I would say. It may just come crashing down, but I'm staying out of it, unfortunately. Yeah, the way that's done that, I wouldn't be shocked if that gets triggered. If it breaks below there, then we may get some downward stuff. That's going to be the key. Once we get below there, I think we'll be home free, at least to this line. If we get below there, I think the chance will improve of it going lower and then there, but I'm not a fan of it. It's too close to these lows. You don't know whether it's going to come back, tick above. Okay, yeah. Once we got below there, I think we're home free, but oh, that's reversed really quickly, look. See how that went down there? Hit that line, turned straight back up. So that'd be interesting, see where that goes. Yeah. Trouble is, depending on where you had your stop there, sometimes if I have my take profit down here, it'll do that. It'll come down there really quickly and then turn back up before you've even had the chance to bring your maybe your stop to break even. It's frustrating, those trades. That's why I didn't get involved in here, because you know what I mean. Depending on where you got your points though, but I'm just not a fan of this still. It's clearly sideways. I've given up taking trades in there, really. I did one a few days ago. It would have made 3 points in the end, but I think that was primarily because it was bearish, not because it was a good trade. I'd say it was an average trade, maybe below average. And it was something like that. And it worked for 3 points, well, 2.75 points. But just the way that's reacted there is just telling me it's not a great trade. But we have pushed down and bounced where I thought we may do. We've touched that and turned. It's amazing how accurate these are. You pick out these areas of support and resistance, and they really make a real play a part. So let's have a look what's going on here. Yeah, we could get a leg and a leg. I'm not getting in a short here at the top of this. That looks like a leg, sideways and a leg to me. Once we get above there, which I think we will, it should move probably. Let's see if this triggers. My issue with that is that's got trap written all over it for me because we've come down here and bounced right there. So for me, it's working in this area here. So one, it's congested. You just don't know, but I'm staying well out of it. Let's see what you'd have got. Okay, so you'd have been lucky to get half a point there. Leg, sideways leg, taking out that stop, that'll give it some momentum to play on that second leg. So watch that move. Let's put that there, I'd say. There's that one. We haven't broken above it yet, but we'll hit that measured leg as soon as we do. There'll be some shorts there for sure. And they don't always put them one tick above there because sometimes it takes a couple of ticks before off it goes. Okay, so yeah, that was a bad trade. For like this, after we bounced off here, it's just got risk written all over it. It is a second entry short, and it is at the top of the channels, but I've just given up taking trades like that. They just get into more trouble than not. You know, as we all sort of progress, as well as taking better setups, we stay out of bad setups, and that's one of the things that makes you lose your money. You know, as a sort of a less experienced trader, sort of getting stuck in, you know, it is a second entry short. It is at the top. It is pulled down, but after bouncing from here, you've got to think: is he going to do a leg and a leg? So you best just stay out of it. And that's half the battle. It's not just about taking bad trades. It's not just about winning trades. It's staying out of bad trades as well, which really affects your money. So, would you have taken that? Quite possibly. That measured leg hasn't played, so what would you have got on that? There's the top, I'd say. So, you wouldn't have got a point. It would have had to tick through, so you wouldn't have got a point off that either. It may come down, but I'm not taking it. Okay, so that one's triggered. Let's see if that one's triggered. That one triggers now. Okay, let's see what happens. So we're going to channel down here. It looks like a leg and a leg. Let's see if this does come down here now. See, that's interesting. It's come down and bounced on the top of that line a couple of times. Interesting. That could go off that way. Touch once, twice. Okay, that's coming through this, in my opinion. Straight through there. There we go. It's done exactly what it did there. Look, push straight down and reverse. That's the trouble. See, if you got your profit down and you try and bring your stop down, often it does that. It triggers and then reverses really quickly. But the trouble is, it's still a risky trade. That, in my opinion, I thought it might work, but because it's bouncing off this a bit and it's going into support, it's just it's a bit of a no-no. Although I got a fair idea of where it's going. If it does trap me, then I've only got myself to blame, really, because you can see all that support there, can't you? And it's like a tick or two above it, so it's just a bit risky, because it could just have a break of this, and it could retest that line, or bounce and shoots off. That's the problem. Danish trader, how you doing? Are you a new face? I think you might be. How you doing? Where are you from? Or is that a stupid question? Being your called Danish trader. Okay, so there is some congestion here, and there is a little bit of support there, which we can see under those 4 bars from Denmark. Wow, I should have had a guess, shouldn't I, really? How you doing, mate? How you doing? I started trading Max Method this week for the first time after studying it for a month. Took 8 trades since Monday. Green on all. Had 2 runner that went well out of the 8. Good for you, mate. Good for you. It is. Have you ever traded before? It is tough. It does take time. I put it this way, 2.5 years ago, okay, I'd been trading just for 6 months prior to that, 2.5 years ago. I traded for about 3 weeks, and we happened to be in an uptrend. I did good, yeah, not bad at all. I was trading an uptrend. I've been doing it 3 weeks, and I traded an uptrend, and I kept winning. So I decided to jack my job in and put £5,000 in my own money. And in 2 weeks, I'd lost it all. Trading is way more harder than you ever imagined it was going to be. But if you stick at it and keep trying and keep working, you'll get there, in my honest opinion. But it does take work, and it will take a lot of work. So if I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and I'm going to give you a piece of advice, just be careful what you spend on it, because it can get very costly. So, my opinion is stay on a sim for 12 months. And I genuinely mean that. I'm not saying, you don't deserve to do this, that, and the other, because I know how much it's cost me, and I know how much it's cost lots of people. And I'd rather, if I'm going to pass something down to someone who's, a few years behind me, I'm going to say, stick to a sim, learn how to do it first, because it's very easy to do a few weeks and see, I want to have a go at evaluation, and you start pumping money into it, and before you know it, you've stuck 10,000 in, and then you start to realise this is harder than I thought. So if you keep trying, keep working, but keep those losses to a minimum, and don't give up. You'll do okay. Basically, professional hedge funds donors, yeah, they are, yeah. I don't like to see people losing money. I really don't, because I know how much it's cost me. And in all honesty, since I started, I bet I've stuck 20,000 into it in 3 years. Now, I've got most of it back, or certainly 3/4 of it back. Maybe a bit more. But it's very, very easy to get stuck into these evaluations. You do a few weeks, get a little bit of success, and you think, you hear people talking about these evaluations, I'll have a go. I'll put a bit of money in. But I would say, my honest opinion, I would say stick on a sim for 12 months. It really does take time. It's about understanding the context of the market. You can teach someone what a second entry is in 5 minutes, but it's applying it to the context of the market, and that's the bit that just takes the time. It is a numbers game. The more days you spend looking at these charts and learning and sort of honing your craft, the better you'll get and the quicker you'll get there. But at some point, you do have to go on to the money side of it, because that comes with a whole new load of emotions, and that's another tough part of trading that you have to learn and get through and learn to adapt that mindset. But that does come with risk. So I would say when you come to that level, stick with the evaluations, keep them small, take your time, because it really is tough to learn. There is a lot of money to be earned in trading, and if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. But don't give up. Keep practicing every day. Watch these charts, learn how they work. You'll start to notice patterns and things like that. I think that's going to drop down there, I do. Having winners is not a challenge. Yeah, manage. Absolutely. Absolutely. Making money is not the hard part. It's absolutely. All really good points. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in this stream, there's loads of guys who've been doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and they've all had the same sort of experience. So there's plenty of guys out there. It is hard to do. It is, and that even without the emotional side is. But if you stick at it, you'll do well. But it does take time. I'd expect to take a couple of 3 years, 2 to 3 years before you might start to make a bit of money. But it does take time. But if you stick at it, but be careful with the money side. I wish I'd have talked to people about it first. I thought it was easy. I was so excited when I had a few winners over the space of a week, and I went into work on a Friday. I stopped at a garage. I was a bricklayer at the time, and I phoned my boss up and I went, shove your job. I didn't like him. I went, shove your job up your arse. I'm finishing. And I drove 20 miles back home, transferred £5,000 out of my bank account into a Ninja Trade and lost it all in 2 weeks. I felt physically sick. Anytime, mate. And definitely join the Facebook group as well, because my honest opinion is every day, save your chart. If you don't know how to do it, you right click on here, click save chart image, and then save it, and then post it on this Facebook group. I'll show you. Post it there every day and ask for feedback, and you'll get feedback. And with that, that'll help you start to learn, start to see, where you're going wrong. But when you start losing, and you will lose, and you'll fail, and you'll lose lots of them, you get a lot of value from those failures. You really do. That's so tempting. That's so tempting. It's a bit too far from the EMA, so it could trigger and push in, but I think that's it's just a bit too far from the EMA, and it's a little bit sideways, so I'm leaving it alone, but I think that'll come down. Leg and a leg, but I'm staying out of it. It's just congestion, and I'm staying out. As we're coming down, it would probably work, but there is a little bit of extra risk to it. We have got a lot of support around here, see, so it could just feel a fell breakout. And after this channel, we have had a break and made a new low, so you've got to be so careful. And when you see that coming back to you, that's not good for your underwear. I'll be amazed if that doesn't get stopped out. Sometimes just the trend helps you out, but I'll still be shocked. Those filthy little algorithms trying to get you. Oof, that's a slice of humble pie. I feel that pain. Stopped over his channel to give him tips. Stopped over his channel. Who's got a channel? Danish Trader got a channel, has he? Have you got a channel? If you have, I'll have a look. I'll sign up to you. Oh, Moo. Oh, I see what you mean. How's he getting on today? Oh, he's up 7. How is he? 7,000. He lost 7,000 the other day, didn't he? So he's up 7,000. How many accounts has he got? Oh, no. Sorry, mate. I'm getting you confused. Someone's talking about Moo. Okay, so did that work? Not yet. I reckon that could be trapping those two shorts. Let's see. He's up 7,000, is he? 10 accounts. Yeah, the trouble is, what's he trading? 10 at the time, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's too much personally. It has too much of an emotional attachment to you. I've tried more PAs and it does. It's a lot to blow if you're still blowing. Yeah, he is back on an eval, isn't he? I think he did. He had a few PAs. Did he have 2 PAs? And I think he lost them. And then I think he had a couple of more evaluations last week. Was it 4? I can't remember. And they went and he's on some new ones now. I think these ones he's got with the 90% off, I think. Yeah, I still think those two are risky. Higher low. That high did work for that one there. It's just too risky, that is. Too far from the EMA. We've just broke out of this area here, and in my opinion, that's going to stop that out. It has done, yeah. So let's have a look. So that's where your stop would be. Yeah, you wouldn't have got a point out of that. In fact, that would be probably down there. Half a point. Yeah, below that you wouldn't. I mean, it's got to push through. So really, it's got to hit 1.25. It's got to hit there to push the one before. That one there. See, that's a risky trade as well, really, because it's lower than that, and it's sideways. You just never know. Let's have a look. Yeah. See, really, is a second entry. There's your signal bar. That one's next one down. Which one you on about? That one. Which one you on about? That one. In between. That one there. No, surely not. That one. That one. just say yes again. I'll think your name. Excuse me just a sec. Right, sorry about that. Never mind. Sorry, bud. I couldn't figure out what you were doing here. You on about that one? No, I don't know. I'll shut up, shall I? Okay, yeah. So that one didn't work. That one, it might have been that one, wasn't it? I don't know. Trouble is, that one would have stopped you out, wouldn't it? I don't know. Am I mumbling? Tell me if I'm mumbling or if I'm rambling. What is going on here? Is there a bigger channel? I'm not so sure. Possibly. Let's get rid of this a minute and that minute. Oh, no, that. I don't know. Possibly. Oh, why does it do that? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I hate these shallow channels. Although it's fitting really nice there. If I go like that, do you think it makes it less shallow, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's down, sideways, push up to there, down. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see what Uncle Mike's got for us. No. Is Mac away? Is Mac away? I think he is, isn't he? Is there a holiday today in the US? I saw somewhere. Something tells me there's a holiday in the US. I can't remember. Did Max say he wouldn't be here today? Yes, there is. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, Veteran Days, because we have Remembrance Day on Sunday. It's the 11th hour, the 11th day. So, yeah, we have it on a Sunday. Okay, so obviously trading hours is normal, isn't it, by the sounds of things? Let's have a look. Volume's a bit low, but we are doing a bit of sideways, so banks are closed. Yeah, okay. So banks are closed, but trading's as normal, maybe a bit light. It doesn't seem too bad at the moment. There's enough volume, considering the market's only really been open an hour and 15 minutes, so a couple of legs up. That might come down, actually. Trouble, it's a big-ass bar. I'm not a massive fan of that. That looks like a leg down and a leg down. It is. Let me have a look. I'm going to put that like that and then put that like that. Excuse me. Leg down. Let's get rid of this. Leg down. Yeah, I like that. Let's put that like that. So, leg down. 2 legs, or 2 legs of correction and another leg down. The trouble is we're close to this leg now. I kind of like that. And if I thought that leg took us anywhere lower, I may even go for that, but it's a big ass bar. Lazy back. Yeah, they have it easy, these bankers, don't they? I know in the UK, I think they start at about 9 o'clock and finish at about 3 in the afternoon. They have an easy life, don't they, bankers? Not like us traders trading for a whole 3 hours a day. Murder, isn't it? You know, when I started watching videos about traders, they were saying, yeah, you're going to be working 10, 12 hours a day, where all your friends are going to be out enjoying themselves. You're going to be stuck in front of a computer. Could have been further from the truth. All my mates are out working their ass off, and I tend to get to the chart around about 2:15 in the afternoon and trade for 3 hours, and I'm done. No. There may be something bigger. I'm not so sure about that. You're touching nice along the top and along there as well. That looks like a couple of legs up to a break. And then down. So, yeah, it's a bit choppy and unpredictable at the moment. So, just going to have to sit. In fact, what time is it? Okay, we're going to have a 20 minutes. It's going a bit sideways now, so I'm not interested in taking anything here. I'm just going to have a 5-minute break. Make a quick cup of tea. So, I'll be back 3 to 5 minutes. And I'll be back. Excuse me. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, monthly P&L. Okay, if you look down here on the side, that's the PA account I got. So far in the last 17, 18 days, on this account, I'm up $1,500. Now, what am I making trading? Not a lot. I've paid myself $10,000 this year out of trading accounts. I could have had a bit more, but I'm still having, or up until recently, I still have issues blowing accounts. Now, having said that, I've reduced down to one contract, and I've just got one account, another one coming online in a couple of days, and I'm going to continue with those two accounts to get them up to maybe $5,000 or $6,000 until I can get a payment from each of them per month, and then I'll start to increase again. That's fine, mate. No, I still work on weekends. I work weekends just to top the income up, but I get some from affiliate links as well, so that helps. That looks like a bigger channel to me. So yeah, it's you know, I have the same struggles that you guys have. It's emotional trading, and it takes time. So I still have the same struggles, but I think now things have changed a little bit. Karina. Hi, Karina. Sorry, if nobody knows, I've got a Discord as well. It's in the description in the video or the live stream you're watching now. So that's just there if any of you guys want to post any if you guys want to post any charts or something, anything, your chart looks different to mine or whatever like that. But it's tough trading. It takes time. I've been trading a total of 3 years now. And I've been trading this style now for this max price action for 2.5 years. So it takes time, and I'm getting better now. I've improved a lot in the last 6 months. I'm not getting trapped nowhere near as I was. At the moment, my over the last month, my trading is, I've got a trade journal. My trading is, I'll show you. That's probably the easiest. I use TraderSync. So this is my TraderSync. These are my wins and losses. So at the moment, that's where my account is. It's a few dollars out. I'm not sure why, but I'm trading at just under 82% win rate at the moment, and my average profit is just under 2.5 points. So close to 1-to-1. What I wanted to do was get closer to 1-to-1, but I've had just 4 losses in the last, I think, 22 trades. Oh no, something. Is it free? This is not free, no. What have I had? How many trades? In the last 22 trades, I've lost 4. Unfortunately, I lost 2 sort of consecutive day after day. But at the moment, that is my... Let me just make this a bit bigger. There's my equity curve. So it doesn't matter what you're doing day by day, whether you have a bad day last week or a bad day today. Ultimately, that's what you want to see there. That's your equity curve. Now, that equity curve would be a little bit higher, but I'd already made a little bit of money in this account before I started. That's why it seems a little bit lower, but that's important. That tells you whether you're profitable as a trader, and as long as your equity curve's going up, that's good. But so that's my... it's useful to have this because it does, and I can sort of import. So if I click add trade, tells you I just click choose file, and I can download everything, all bits of information. But it's important to have something like that. How do you upload your trades? Pretty simple. Let me have a look. If I go you know what this is, yeah. If I go to executions, now there's a few more. What's this? Oh, it's shown a lot more at the moment because I was messing around on a sim with this new WhatsApp. But what I basically do is right click anywhere there and click export. And at the bottom here, I click the bottom one and I click save. So when I come to, I'll show you again. When I come to import it into TraderSync, I'll show you. I just click add trade, choose file, and there's the file there. So I'll double click that. I won't do it now because it's got loads of, I was messing around on a sim. Just double click that and it'll import it into here. And then when you click dashboard, obviously the 9th, that was my one trade I did yesterday, 3 points. It'll be above there, but it gives you all sorts of information. There's all sorts of stuff you can do, overview, hourly, weekday, monthly, price. There's all sorts of stuff there. I've only just scratched the surface, but it's good to have a picture of what's going on. Obviously, that helps you as a trader. This is interesting. But you can. I have. Where is it? It's 50% off the annual subscription. It's, I think the pro account is $20 a month. You can get it for about 10 or 12, something like that. I've got a code anyway, but you can download it for a week and have a play around with it. But I'd suggest doing that first. Download it, have a play around with it, see what you think. But if it is something you like, then I've got a code there. You get 50% off an annual subscription. But you've got to take it out annually. But you can pay it monthly, and I think it works out then about $12 or something. But there are others available, or you can, you know, if you're pretty good at Excel or something, you can probably do something. But yeah, it imports it in, and it brings in enough details. It'll even play the trade out as well. So it's got loads of bells and whistles. I've only just scratched the surface, to be honest with you. I'm not much of a instructions man. I'm more of a pick it up and play with it type thing. But it is important to know how you are, because a lot of traders rate themselves on their last bad day. So if you have a bad day and lose 2 trades today, you'll be, you know, it can affect you psychologically, but ultimately it's about your equity curve, nothing else. It doesn't matter what happens in one day or 1 week, as long as that equity curve is slowly going up. That's all that's important. So we've pushed up. We may be bouncing here and pushing higher. I think we've made multiple attempts to go lower there, so this may push up, but I'm staying out of it because it might not. And in my opinion, it's probably going to go up, but it's congested, so it ain't worth trading. Because it could give you some problems. There is a second entry long, which is triggered, but it's not pushed up that strong in my opinion, so you just don't know. Now, depending on how you have this chart, if you've got this chart like that, that could be a break, make multiple attempts to go higher and then drop. So I wouldn't want to be in that trade at the moment. Second entry long, it may work. You know, it's sort of a bull flag in a sense, but as we've had a break of this, it could come down, and I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, that got stopped out, but it might work, but it's congested, so that rules me out of it straight away. I can't get involved. But yeah, just download it and have a play around with it. Don't just jump straight into it. Have a play around with it. If it breaks above there, it's quite likely going to go up. I'd say that's going to have another leg. I'm very tempted to get in there because I think that'll work. But yeah, I thought that might happen. First entry, second. It's like a third entry, and there's a few trapped here. I don't know. Sometimes it just triggers and comes down, but it's congested, so I'm staying out of it. But I thought there might be a leg and a leg. So yeah, second entry long, you could say it's a higher low, but we're right at this level here, aren't we? So another reason I'm staying out of it, I'm not 100% sure about this channel. It is fitting nice on the bottom, so it's probably okay. But if something doesn't feel right, I'll stay out of it. And often it will work. But it's clearly going sideways, so you don't know whether it's going to make multiple attempts to go up. It does that sometimes, makes multiple attempts, traps a few longs, and then drops like a stone. So if it's sideways like that, it's just not worth the risk. Karina joined the party on, is that Karina Paolo? From the Facebook group. It's the only Karina I know, I think. Are you in the background there somewhere, Karina? Show yourself if you are. Did you buy Pat's second entry indicator? No, I didn't. In all honesty, I think you're better off learning it. You're only going to be trading on a sim anyway, so it's not, you don't really need it. In all honesty, it's best to start looking for them. If you just rely on an indicator, you may not pay as much attention to them, but sooner or later you'll just be able to see them. They will just pop up. So, but you've obviously joined Pat's, and you obviously realise how cheap it is. It's an absolute bargain. Matt's a genuine bloke. He is. I've been trading with these for 2.5 years. Price hasn't changed. It's still a tiny $125 a year. It's so cheap, and you've come up at the right time because Matt is giving us the impression he's going to retire in a couple of years. So it is very cheap. Yeah. So you've come in at the right time, actually. A year, 2 max with a year, 2 years maximum with Matt. You won't even need that, and you'll know what you're doing. But you've come in at the right time. But yeah, it's very cheap, very cheap. And the good thing about Mac as well is he puts his sort of daily chart Monday to Thursday on YouTube, and he's done that for the last 12 years. He's got well over 2,000 videos, so if you want to get a feel for who he is, look back, and then at the end of every day, Monday to Thursday, look at his chart, and then you can compare it to yours, figure out what you missed, what you've learned. But for sure, right click and save your charts. I save mine. There's all mine going back 2.5 years. Save all your charts, and then what I do is post mine. I don't so much now, but post it on the Facebook group and ask for feedback, and then people will give you some good feedback on it, and it'll help you learn. I've got no problem. My email and messenger, I have messages from people. I've got no problem if you want to chat about something or you want to ask me any questions, and if I don't know, I can point you out. I've got no problem with that. I know what it's like when you're learning to trade. It's I had plenty of sleepless nights because I couldn't figure stuff out, and lots of people helped me. So you want to message me anytime you like. I've got no worries about that. No problem. But the good thing about trading is because there's no competition. Me trading doesn't get affected by anybody else. So, it's not like your business is encroaching. It doesn't matter. So I like to think of traders, just as far as I'm concerned, you help each other and you support each other. Try and stay away from negative stuff. You will get the odd negative comment, but try and stay away from it. Get help from people who give you positive feedback. And sometimes you need a pat on the back as well. And a little bit of sympathy doesn't go amiss as well. Because you can have... I've been with my wife now for 30 years. I was pretty young. And she's seen me have tears in my eyes 3 times. not long after my daughter was born, when my mum passed away, and when I blew 4 accounts. So you can feel pretty crappy sometimes from trading. So don't be scared to sort of drop someone a message and say, give me a bit of sympathy, or give me a bit of encouragement. I'm finding it hard. Yesterday, Marco's chart was not. Hey, Laufey, how you doing? What you missed on the end there? But yeah, it can be pretty lonely sometimes. You have a bad day and it messes with your head a bit. So if you want a bit of a pep talk, just reach out, mate. I've had my own fair share of bad days, and I've had some good support from lots of people, lots of people here, the same as mine and yours. Are you on about at the moment? Yeah, it does look like a leg and a leg. So if we can get a break here and bounce off the top of this, I may be interested in going along there, but I think that fits nice. Let's just remove that. Touch a few times there, touch a few times there, touch at the top, touch at the bottom. If we can get 2 legs down here, that might be nice. He's helped me a lot, Marco, as well. He's a really nice guy. You got any problems, he'd help you out as well. He's got a lot of patience, Marco. He never gives you any grief. He always says supportive stuff. So you got to latch on to people like that, people who can help you, sort of take advantage of them, because they're happy to help. But he's helped me a lot. I often ask him a question, but there's plenty of support out there. Okay, so leg. That looks like a leg and a leg. If we can get a couple of legs down here, hopefully the EMA might meet us somewhere around about here. Who am I waving to now? Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'd say touch, pretty much there. And at the back, I'd say there's your break, and there's your new low. So I think it's likely we may... it's hard to say, really, because, mind you, having said that, on the daily, there was an overshoot down the bottom, which often either has an overshoot the other side, or a reversal. So where this is here, if you look at the top of the daily, that's where it was touching the top of the uptrend. The top of the uptrend. So I thought there might be a bit of a pullback, but that might be a little bit of a pullback, and we may be going a bit higher. So I wouldn't be shocked if that gets up there. I really wouldn't. Let me just grab the daily again. Yeah, so if I just drag in the daily quickly, we had this solid uptrend, and then we sort of, we had this downtrend, then we had a breakout, the bottom pushed off, and that's where we bounced. We pulled down, that bearish bar is triggered. You can see it's triggered. Now that's an overshoot. Often an overshoot will result in a reversal. I think that will. That's pushed up really strongly. It's lost momentum. It's touched right at the top of that channel and dropped. It's triggered and it's turning. So I think we're going to get a good strong push up. Certainly enough to take out that. That looks like a trap to me. After the, I mean, you wouldn't normally take a trade like that after a reversal. You'd just be aware. So I think that will at least stop that out. So that will take us to, excuse me, around about 44.14, something like that. 44.14. So that would take us potentially right up here somewhere. So leg and a leg. There might even be, yeah. Oh, this is tempting.
Order submitted.
Oh, that's gone a bit too far for me. Let's have a look. That's a big bar. See if we can get that on a limit order.
Order filled.
I'm going to have a go at this. I'm taking it on a limit order. It's come right from this, right to this side, so I think that's okay. So risk $112, that's not too bad. Nice big solid bullish bar, that is. And I've caught on a limit order as well, so that's a bit better. What was the name of the risk indicator? This thing here. It's up there. I'll get it back in a second. Let's have a look. I don't want it to fade this and come out. I think it's okay. Come back. Don't like the way that's come back. Come on, you get up here, pop. Okay. I'll probably tick through. I'm pretty sure it will do. Oh, one tick off. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no.
Target filled.
Okay. Wasn't a fan of that. It's probably going to go quite a bit higher, to be fair. Sometimes patience is a virtue. Yeah, it's going to. 2 points I'm all right with. That's probably going to go quite a bit higher. It's just a Friday, and I always like to end up green on a Friday. It's probably going to shoot a lot higher, in all fairness. I took it on a limit order, so you just don't know whether it's going to come back and I don't know. Just okay, 2 points is all right for me. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate that, mate. I always like to be green. It's looking good, put it that way. Touches here, touches here, touches here, touches here. It's wide enough. We've gone right to the top hand corner, which you can see. We've come right to the bottom hand corner. Nice big bullish bar. My only slight issue, we were coming right at the highs, so you just never know whether it's going to come back and retest this. But I thought it was good for a couple of points. It made a little bit more than 2 points, but so what is it? It's let's have a look. It's not even a second entry, is it? What trade is that? What would you say that is? That's a strange one, that. You're targeting 43.99 up here. That where that is. Yeah, I can see that getting up there, mate. I can. My only slight concern is the bars are getting a bit smaller, but I think that's okay. It's sort of like a visual 2 legs back, isn't it? But 2 points is all right for me. I don't mind that. Plus 2 points. What have I done there? We don't need that. See, my target really is to, well, I say target. I don't believe in having a monetary target. You can only give you what the market gives you. But if you ask me what would I like ideally in a day, I would say 2 points a day. Trading one contract, that's $2,000 a month. You have 10 accounts, that's $20,000 a month. So I think that's a good starting point. Anything above 2 points is a bonus for me. Let's have a look. So it went on for another 0.75 from where I came out. Yeah, 0.75. Trouble is, now if my account balance at the moment is just a fraction under $1,600, if that was about 6 or 7 or 8,000 in there, I'd let that go. I don't mind risking it, but target to keep account alive, adding 2 points every day. Absolutely, it's $2,000 in a month. Excuse me. So in 2 months' time, I can have $6,000. Ideally, what you really want to be aimed to doing, and this is pointing out at Danish Trader, what you really want to be doing when you can get a PA account, when people get these accounts for the first time and they manage to hit the target, they tend to withdraw their money. The trouble is, when they do that, their account's got about $500 left. And after having, $2,600 down to $500, that psychologically does something to you. And what you probably like to do is take a silly risk to try and get it back up a bit quicker. And in a lot of cases, those counts get blown. Now, you've earned some money out of it, so that's not too bad. But ultimately, you don't want to be aiming to hit $2,000 or $2,600 withdraw and then blow the account. What you want to aim to do really is get that account up to have a nice buffer. So if I can get my account up to $5,000, I will say now, whatever I earn over this next month, I'll withdraw. Obviously up to $2,000. So if I can earn, I've got another day on top of this. So let's say I can earn $1,700 this month, and it hasn't been a great month. And I draw $1,700 out. That way I always retain that $5,000, and that's enough of a cushion. And then when you can do that with 1 or 2 accounts, just introduce 2 or 3 more a month. So if you get a payment, introduce 3 more and build up slowly. You get in. See, people like Wilson who lost 20 accounts, and Moo lost 20 accounts. I don't know how they recovered from that. I felt it absolutely crippling losing 4 accounts. But fair dues to them for bouncing back, because it's a lot of that would have cost you $2,300. Paying for the evaluations and all that. It's got to be heartbreaking. So I think you've got to build it up slowly. Having those larger figures of that amount of money you can earn bouncing around your head tends to take over your trading a bit. So I think slow and steady. And in all fairness, this is everything that I've been against. I've tried to rush things. I've done everything I can to not slow down and to try and do it quickly. But ultimately, I'm a bit pig-headed sometimes. I get a bit stubborn. But I've had to sort of take a step back and say, you're not doing yourself any favours here. And since I reduced the risk, I felt like my stress levels when I was in a trade has dropped dramatically. And it's enough to take me out of that danger zone where I slip into that dissociative fight or flight state, which often got me revenge trading. And ultimately, even a professional trader, if he started trading 10%, I guarantee his arse would be twitching when he was in a trade. So it's such a lot of risk to take, really, 10% in an account, and in some cases a bit more. If we got $2,500 drawdown and you'd have taken that, I got into it on a limit order, but if you'd have taken that, actually it's not that big, but it's 3 points. That's over 10%. 2,500, you're risking 3 points there. So that's $300. So you're risking about 11%. It's a lot to risk. It really is. They have parents month. Let's have a look. What target to keep? Absolutely, yeah. That's perfect. What isn't it? $100 a day. It's only 2 points out of a whole day. It's nothing really. 2 points out of a whole day. You do that just on one contract, which is the smallest amount in a mini that you can do, and if you can get to $2,000 or even $1,000, if you build up to 10 accounts, and even if you have a bad month and only do $1,000, it's still $10,000 a month. And if you can do that, and if you can earn that consistently for a while, you can clearly trade, and it's just then a matter of scaling up, as the account grows. So another bit of advice I'd say: try and forget about the money. I've got that, I've had these amounts of money. I've been looking at BMWs and Mercedes and all sorts of shit, and looking at, bored on a Sunday afternoon, I've been looking at houses to rent in Dubai. Just dreaming. Trouble is, you get your head full of money, and then you're trading for money. Then you really want to be forgetting money and just focusing on the process. Work the process, and the rest will follow. When was your aha moment to trade smaller? I found lately I'm getting a lot more belief in my trade, because one, I'm seeing my equity curve go up, so that is showing me the picture, and two, I'm identifying a lot more trades to stay out of. And I would say maybe 70 or 80% the trades I think are a trap end up being a trap. So you just start to think, well, I'm starting to understand what's really going on here. And a combination of that and reducing my risk makes me feel a lot more excited about my future, if that makes sense. I'm starting to think now I'm forgetting about the money a bit and focusing just on the process. It gets better, but in all honesty, I've been a right prat at some point. I really have. I've been stupid. I've battled with the market. I've thrown money on it. I've been trading angry, but I think it's part of it. And I think you've got to be honest with yourself and just say, look, something's not working here. And I did everything I can to avoid going down to one contract because I thought it was going to take me forever. And here I am after a measly 4 months, and I'm up $1,600. It's amazing how quick it grows. Trade them more. Absolutely. It will come, Lance. Absolutely. But I'm starting to really believe that now, whereas I had so many doubts. And but the trouble is, with trading, there's so many failures, and you've really got to have a thick skin, because the more you fail, you start to then question, can I really do this? And it's very easy then to knock your confidence, and it sets you back a bit. But I genuinely believe now it'll start to come, because Gotta love your transparency and honesty. Thanks, mate. You've got to be honest with yourself, haven't you, really, with this? This definitely brings out what type of person you are, because trading is hard and emotionally wrecks you from time to time. There's a second entry long there. We have had a break. I'm not taking that. It will probably work. I just prefer my second entries a little bit closer to the EMA. 2 legs back to the EMA. It might work. I have a feeling. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a place now where I can look at a setup and something doesn't feel right. I don't know why, but something doesn't feel right. But I do miss trades like that. But I haven't got a problem with missing trades. Maybe because it's the first breakout of here. Sometimes it comes back, but it looks like it's working. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit congested. Well, I don't know. It actually doesn't look that bad, but something doesn't look right to me. It's hard to put your finger on it. And when you've been trapped and you've lost so many trades, you build up a sort of a picture. It's almost like a library. You build up a picture in the back of your head when something doesn't look right. And something doesn't look right here, and the way that's coming down, I bet I can guarantee you there'll be some guys saying they got shafted over later with that. I guarantee there'll be traders taking that. It may still hold, but just the way that pushed up there, it almost that stopped. So it almost teases you and teases you and teases you. Not looking for longs at the moment, too extended. Yeah. Well, what I will say is, to me, that looks like a leg with a pull back or a couple of legs back, maybe one leg there and another leg there and a push up. I still think it'll go up. I still expect that to get hit, but in my opinion, that's a weak bar. It's not a strong position, and when you get trades that aren't a strong position, it often comes back and then pushes up. So I wouldn't be shocked if that continues up, but it's a bit of a weak trade, that, and for some reason, you know, this ES is very efficient at weeding out weak positions and obviously picking up liquidity. So I can pretty much look at a trade now and I get a feeling that something doesn't look right, and I see more of those and I get them right. There was another one earlier I said looked like it had trap written all over it and it trapped. So that's 2 I've stayed out of. I mean, it is a second entry. It's not a terrible looking trade, but there's just something about it I don't like. But I guarantee you there'll be some people who mark that up, took that trade. But don't worry about losing trades. Trust me, you learn way more from your losses than you do your wins. I still think this is going to push up higher. But you never know, but something doesn't look right there. It's not close enough to the EMA. I would like the bottom of that sat on top of the EMA if I was going to take a trade. It's more sideways than down, isn't it? So I'm kind of glad I got out. Something just doesn't feel right, but I was quite, when it started slowing down there, I thought after that, going right to the top left hand and right to the bottom, I thought that was going to rocket up. But when it starts to slow, I think, maybe not be too, I try not be too greedy. Sometimes if you hold on a bit longer, you regret it. Nothing worse than letting it go 2 or 3 points and coming back and getting you. At least go for break even, I would say. And it often, if you look at that one, look how far did it come down? Just enough to take your stop. And that tends to take out runners. So if you got a runner, often you'll get that. It'll come down and take out your stop. Look at that. One tick, it took your stop out and then it carried on. So it's frustrating. Okay, so let's see what happens here. If that pushes up, which it may do, or it may come down, but we've also tried to go one strike. There's a failure there which is triggered, so I think that's going to take that stop out. It just looks like areas that are a bit trappy here. So there was a trap with that bar. I think that's a trap. If not, that is. And then I wouldn't be surprised if it took out that stop. Okay, so if you did go in there, trigger just stopped you out. Now, let's see if some shorts go in there. It's clearly 3 bars back to back, so I won't be shocked if that goes up and takes out that short stop up there, if people are thinking about going short. But it may come down here. This, what could happen is we've got a leg up, we could have 2 legs of correction and then further up. As I say, I wouldn't be shocked if we get up to here. So we might get a couple of pushes down or a leg or 2 down. It may come down, go up and come down, or it may bounce off here, but yeah, if you look on the daily, we've come down from the top here and we've had an overshoot. And as soon as we've had that overshoot, there's no working up slowly. It's just rocketed straight up. And it's hit the top of that channel right to the tick and dropped. And then that's triggered and now it's pushing up. So I think it's likely, it looks like a trap, doesn't it? Because of the overshoot, I think it's likely it's going to take out that stop. And if it does take out that stop, that'll get us to that area on the 2000 tick chart is up here. So I think there's a good chance we may end the day up here or maybe a bit of above it or certainly close to it. So this looks to me like it's just making a bit of a correction after this. It's just where it decides to go up. Right. What's going on here? Maybe some stops there, see, so that'll be interesting, see what happens when it hits those. Could have a leg, a push up and then a leg, and then off again. I don't think there's anything larger there. Possible. It just looks a bit... I'm not a massive fan of it, really. But the way this is slowly coming down, I can definitely see it going off. Whether it'll have a leg, push up a bit, and maybe come down again before it goes up, who knows. But I can't see 2 legs in there. That's a leg, and that might be. But it's a break, a push up. There is 1 leg and 2 legs in the middle of that. So that might be it. Leg, and down to there. And up to there. Okay, so that's actually made a measured leg. Down. That sort of breaking the 2 up. There's the first leg, back up. There's the second leg. There's 1 bounce. So I definitely think we're going up. You guys have got Thanksgiving coming up soon, haven't you? Is that next weekend or the one after? I'm assuming markets will be closed with that weekend. I would have thought so. Certainly on the Friday, would have thought. Let's have a look now. Let's see what's going to happen. It's come down to that top line. Now, channel down, overshoot, bounced off that line. I did say it'd be nice to come down to that line, so I think that's a good starting point. So let's see what happens here. I mean, it could come down. That's always possible. We've got a channel down and an overshoot. And as we know, overshoots often result in a reversal. Where was the last one? We had another overshoot somewhere, didn't we? Can't remember. So let's see what happens here. We know there's resistance over there. Oh, sorry, support. Yeah, I'm not taking that just in case, but I would say we're going to go. Well, all the signs are pointing to up for me anyway. We haven't made a new high. From what I can see on the daily, that looks like a trap. So I'd say that's absolutely coming up and taking that. Whether it happens today or not, I don't know, but I think it's likely. So I think that'll come up. What I do like is that big bearish bar has triggered. So that's always a good sign when it starts to retreat after triggering a bar. So for me, up we go. So we've got a leg down. We may push up a bit and then have another leg before we go up. But after that overshoot, we'll see. Okay, so if you did take that one thinking we're pushing down, it triggered your stop jade. There's probably going to be some shorts in there and some shorts in there. So if it manages to push up this first time above there and then, I think it'll move quite quick. Okay, leg and another leg, and that'll be the start of it, I think. Actually, there is a possibility that's a possibility. It's not an overshoot because it fits here. So that may have a break and come down below here. I don't think it will, but just bear that in mind. There's a possibility of a hidden second entry short there. We may get a bearish bar. I don't think so. If we get above here and here, we'll go up. But I just noticed that. So just be aware of that. Because that kind of fits there, doesn't it? So it may not be an overshoot. I don't think it is. I'm still thinking overshoot. And the reason I'm thinking overshoot is because I'm thinking up anyway, because one, the daily, and two, there's a break after this. So we've come down and tested this, so I absolutely think we're going up. But just in case, just go a bit careful going long there until we get above here and here. I'd want to see that go up and then have a break and then come up in a wider channel. Something along the lines of that at some point. It is slowly going up. Once it gets above there and there, it'll pick up a bit of speed then. Okay, we're above there now. That's the next target. Okay, so there's a failure there, see? Oh, I try once, try twice, so there'll be some stops above there, I think. I think that's the last target you need to get above, really. See what I mean? Possible hidden second entry short. It could come down. I don't think it will, but we'll soon find out. Once it gets above there, I think we'll be right then, because it'll have taken out that failure. Because I guarantee there'll be some traders taking that failure. Okay, that still looks good. Once we're above here, we're home free, I think. 2 more ticks, go on. It is possible this could just drop. Sometimes when it tries and tries and tries, it just drops. Yeah, the longer it's trying to get up there, the more nervous I get about it dropping back quickly. It could be like a penguin trade style, couldn't it? A leg up, one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower, and then off we go. That's a possibility. That could come down and take out. There's probably not a lot of longs in there. You may have taken that long. I don't know. It just could, as we've had that, it could come down, try again, and that would sort of be, well, it's clearly, you'd know that'd probably be a second attempt to go lower, and then up we go. I can definitely see us coming up because of the, it looks like a trap on that, on the daily, so I can absolutely see that going up. Once we get above here, we're okay. Yeah, it's forced a bit of a break now, see, so I wouldn't like to be in a trade here at the moment now. Perhaps we just maybe already starting in a wider channel. That's possible. That would work. Yeah, so after this it could be a leg and then up. We'll see. If we can get above there, then that's it, a leg and a leg. The only thing it can do now is if it has two legs and fails, creates another leg down. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's doing. So we've got a leg up, one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower. Looks like a penguin, doesn't it? Penguin try. Excuse me, see how far it comes down. Let's get rid of that. I'm definitely seeing up, absolutely. Because of the trap. It really looks like a trap on the... it might not be, but it does look like a trap. So we'll see if it comes down, where it comes down to. Excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. To go, we'll come again Monday. Yeah, you have a great weekend, bud. Anytime. Yeah, you too, mate. You too. I won't be far behind you now, in all honesty. It's slowing down, isn't it? Let's have a look. No, I still absolutely think we're going up. Absolutely. In all fairness, though, I'd have preferred to come back a little bit further to get a bit, sort of a better run up. But if we can get above there, then I think we're home free. Yeah. So get above that line, we're okay then. I think there'll likely be some stops there because of the failure. But after this leg, I'd like to, after this first push down, I'd like it to try and go up again, and then I'll have another leg to push up. It's really struggling. It could just drop. If my runner up to 43.87. Yeah, don't blame you. Yeah, it's really struggling, and often when it does it, there have been some traders buying into that. There'll be some traders there. Trouble is, the more it tries, the more chance it's got to just drop in. But after this push up, penguin style, I'd like to see a leg and then a leg and then go up. It's too high up here, really. It's too close to this line. Or maybe trap some shorts. We'll see. For some reason, I keep getting the ring of bloody doom on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why. Strange. Anybody notice any freezing or anything like that in the picture or the sound? No. I'm just getting a like that swirling sort of picture on YouTube. Oh, I'll get up 2 ticks. Come on. There we go. Just the audio. It's breaking a bit. Yeah, the picture, because obviously if the picture freezes for a second, you might really just not notice it. I don't know why it's doing that, YouTube. It's just doing that wheel of doom. I've never noticed it before. I'm hearing a fit. I got you there, mate. I got you. Yeah, I know you're kidding. I'll talk a bit more manly a bit more manly. What's going on here? Okay, so that's broke above there, took out that stop and then dropped. So that'll be interesting to see what's going on now. So channel up, break new high. I think this may be ranging a touch, so we may come back here. So we've had a rate push back. I won't be surprised if we come back here another once or twice before we go higher. That's what I'm thinking now, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I think we're... you never know. You never know. Yeah, see, after this, leg back, leg back. It's hard to say. So, I hate that. Stay right there. Okay, so touch, touch, touch. There's 4 touches there, 5 touches there. Yeah, especially after that came back, so it could be going a bit sideways. And then eventually up. You often see that. It's almost like a bull flag, isn't it? We go up, we break, we make a couple of more attempts, like a sort of a W pattern, then off we go. Or whatever. Those shorts McMark yesterday, my favourite. I to be honest, he posted this chart late. It's usually around about 1 o'clock in the morning I see it. So it's still doing that circle thing I do. So half the time I'll look at it on my phone, but I won't necessarily take it in. But I will have another. Didn't he talk about something else? Didn't he? The bar by bar again. I think he didn't explain about his rant or something. I think, didn't he? Well, I came back yesterday. I had parents' evening, so I had to go. But I took. Where's my? Hold on a sec. I took a failure that Mac marked. Where's my chart? And took 3 points quickly around about 7:30, something like that. I think Marco will stop making bar by bar. I know. Excuse me a sec. Yeah, I think that was it. Let's have a look. The 9th, yeah. It was after the news. Yeah, that was the failure. We were sort of really bearish. We pushed up. Try to go once. And then the failure. Second entry long triggered and came down. And I put my stop 1 tick below that signal bar. And as it came straight down, it took the stop out and then came back and then just dropped. So I got 3 points out of that. But nothing earlier on. I had to obviously shoot off from. That was just one I marked that I missed. That one there. Yeah, absolutely. So I can only do about an hour and a half. We had to get a parents' evening. So, but yeah, he marked that one, so I was quite pleased about that. And it's nice when they react like that. It had a little bit of a comeback and then woof, down it dropped. It's always nice. I was in and out of there really quickly, so all good. Excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. 2 legs up. Let's have a look. Do you know, I think I'm going to knock it on the head. Excuse me just a sec. Sorry about that. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to knock it on the head today, guys. What time is it? It's just coming up 5 o'clock now. How long we've been going? 2.5 hours. For some reason, I'm getting that ring of doom. I don't know why. Is everything looking and sounding okay? Is it? Because I'll just bring my YouTube. What I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. Can you see that? And I keep getting that circle there for some reason. I don't know why. Strange. 43 watching, only 2. Yeah, come on, let's have some lights. Come on, people. Come on, hit that button. It's never really bothered me before, but I know it does affect the. I think it. I don't know. It helps the channel grow anyway, but. Okay, so let's have a look here. There is a higher. Yeah, I don't mind that actually. There was a higher low there. trouble is, the Michael Chin. He's a card, isn't he? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is a higher low. We've had to break out of that higher low. Yeah, we are pushing. I thought absolutely pushing up, but I may have taken that one. Okay, so we're coming up to here, but mark my words, mark that in your calendar, gents. I can absolutely see that today. If you look at this, well, hopefully today anyway, but if you look at the daily after the overshoot, look what's happened. It's pushed up, that's bounced off. Not nice bearish bar there. It's triggered and it's starting to push up. So once it hits that line and breaks this, that's where it's going to hit. So I absolutely think. So let's forget this. It's probably going to get to that now anyway, but I will be inclined to say I'm more thinking along the lines of that at the moment. So I absolutely think this is our target. But it's I don't think there's anything larger we can draw there, really. I'm not a fan of these shallow channels, but if it is, we're coming right to the tops. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It might be, but it's just a bit too shallow for me, that is. And someone told me the more shallow it is, the less reliable it is. So we've got a leg and a leg. It'd be nice to come back and retest this and push up again. So what time is it? I might sit tight just for another 5 minutes. Yeah, this is that daily. After we're coming down, we're touching the tops of the high, and it looks like an overshoot. And the way that's reacted, it's not gone up slowly like this, up a bit, sideways a bit, up a bit, up a bit. It's just gone up, bar, 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 and then a bit sideways. That's triggered. It's touched right at the top of there and dropped, and it's triggered with this, and that's turning. So for me, I think that's likely going to get stopped out. So this line I've marked here is the same there. So I can see this carrying on up by the end of the day. So it's not actually far away from it now. It's only 20, it's less than 20 points. So it'll soon suck that up once it starts to go, I think. We've got also that area is yesterday's highs as well. It's just above yesterday's highs. So for me, that's where it's going. So mark my words. I'll come back later and have a look. So where is it? It's just under 15. Is it 44.15? Let's have a look. That's interesting. Touch, 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 leg. Yeah, okay, I kind of like that. Let's get rid of some of that. No, let's get rid of some of this. That's quite possible. Leg up. 2 legs of, there's a leg and a leg, 2 legs of correction and another push up. Yeah, I'm for that. I like the look of that. That looks kind of clear to me. So I would say that will take us to 210. So leg up, and now we're working in this 2-tiered channel. So that's interesting. It's going to get hit there. Yeah, I'd say so. So we've touched here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. I mean, even without this bigger channel, this is where I'm thinking anyway. So we only need a good entry from there, don't we? I can get rid of that alone. We need it. Is it even going to come back for us? Yeah, I think so. Where's yesterday's highs up here? Leg up. Unfortunately, it's not coming back for us. Maybe it might up here somewhere. But that definitely looks like a leg up. Maybe down to there. Yeah, 2 legs there, in my opinion. One there, another there, something like that. Leg, a little bit of sideways and a pull-up leg. Tick shot me. Tick away. Oh, you want to tick away, yeah. Leg, I think you'd be right, yeah. At least to the midline, I'd say. I'm surprised it bought there, to be honest with you. Hey Chad, how you doing? Measured movement met if you draw the first leg from the overnight. Yeah, I did that earlier. From here to there. Yeah, I just got rid of it because the target was up here, I think. But I did have it a bit earlier from there to there, yeah. Close enough. It probably hit that and then come back to here, but leg and leg. If you look on the daily, we've had this downtrend, we've had the overshoot, and that's just rocketed up. A little bit of sideways, big bearish bar right off that top of that channel. Come back down. It's literally triggered, and that's pushing up. So I think just how that's looking, I mean, price action, doesn't matter whether it's on the daily, whatever. It all, you know, like Max says, if you take away this, you're not going to know what it is. Obviously, it's moving slower. But that to me looks like it's absolutely going to stop that out. And that thick black line I've put there is just up here. So I've also got a leg and a leg up there, a leg up, 2 legs, a correction leg up. So I absolutely think here, but here as well, whether it does it before the end of the day, usually you get a bit of rally before the end of the day. And based on what I can see on that, the daily, you know, I'm confident we're gonna finish up here somewhere, maybe even a touch higher. After the overshoot, we'll probably break out the top of that daily channel and then maybe retest it. So I think we'll end up above here by the end of the day. We just got to come back here, really. You're taking it down. Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, you don't know when it's going to break and come back to. You know, I'm confident it's going up, but if it does break, it could come down here, couldn't it? It's going to break at some time. I can't see it going straight up to that level. Yeah, here we got a push, 2 legs back, a leg, little pull back, leg, pull back, and then a correction. So, oh, good on you, mate. Bloody hell. Are you trading your own pot or Apex or something? Personal pot. I don't know why you don't stream, mate. You're making decent points like that every day. People will pay to watch you. Hey. started with micros. Yeah, it's a good way to start, actually, isn't it? Start with your own money and build up slowly. Once you start building and you can see it's growing, you just get that confidence and belief then, don't you? How long have you been trading for, bud? I don't know why. That's unusual, that. I don't know why. Probably thought I was a bot. I don't know. 1 year completely from beginner. Bloody hell. God, you're doing well if you've only been doing it a year. Okay, here's our break. My ha-ha moment started after 3 months. Bloody hell. I mean, Mac has said in the past, some people just get it quick. You just don't know, do you? Get rid of them now, actually. Started looking at bigger picture, the forest. Yeah, absolutely. Too busy staring at the trees for the forest. Two legs back would be nice here. Come on, 2 legs back. One leg, little push up with another leg. Come on. I'll stop after 2 legs until I see a reversal and confirmation. I don't know why you don't start streaming on YouTube, mate. You'll do all right. Just sign up in a different name to, excuse me, the Facebook group, bud. Just sign up with a different name. You don't have to. Nah, fair enough. It's not for everyone, is it? I like the way this is coming down and going a bit sideways. Might make fun of your accent. You're excuse me, Hawaii, aren't you? You're from? I don't know. Americans are used to the Hawaiian accent, aren't they? I think. Yeah, you'd be right. I think the Americans are used to them. I don't know. Trouble is, people from different countries, I probably sound a bit odd to a lot of you. And then you got Thomas Wade. He's Eastern European, isn't he? So he's got a bit of an accent as well. Obviously, Mac's got an accent, isn't he? A real Southern accent. I used to hate that real Southern accent. I kind of like it now, and I'm used to listening to Mac. Not a fan of those two doges. Okay, let's wait and see what happens here. Once we start doing something after we get back here, I think that's me done. We're coming up 3 hours. I'd like to see 2 legs here. That would be good if we could. Break out the top. What I tend to do, though, is wait for 2 legs back here and then wait for a higher low. See, we had that, didn't we? We had a push up and a bit of a break, another push up and a bit of break. So we haven't really had a pullback yet, have we? So still here, Lance. Late for you, isn't it? Yeah, it's usually around about now. Usually about 5:30 UK time. But a Friday depends. Sometimes it can go a bit slow on a Friday. But you know, sometimes you see something else and you wait a bit longer, and then you see something else. I wish I'd have taken that one now, in all fairness. We got a couple of legs back, 1 leg, 2 legs up, pull back, high, low. I think that was all right to take that, and usually you can see how reasonable the trade was by how it reacts, and it pushed up nice and strong there. So it's like 2 legs up. Yeah, see, I've got this target, but I really have got that target. I mean, that looks pretty clear to me on the daily. After that overshoot and that big strong push, normally when we come down here, we sort of go up, down a bit and up. Same again, we go up a little bit sideways and up. But that just rocketed up, which tells me because of the reversal. And then when that bearish bar touched the top of that trade, came down, and this one triggered it, and it's nearly, I don't know how many times I say that. I'll be amazed if that doesn't get stopped out. And obviously that line, that black line I've marked, is up here. So I'd absolutely see it pushing up to there, but if I was going to take a trade, it's got to come back to the key entry point here, leg and leg for me. And then usually I still wait for the higher low. Yeah, I got your message. I still wait for the higher low. You can post it on the WhatsApp now on the forum. Yeah, you can post it on the forum. Oh, crikey, yeah, you are up a bit, yeah, bloody hell. Oh, you're still in, aren't you? You're still in? Yeah, you are. What are you trading? What is this? Let's have a look. Is it the 2000 tick chart, is it? Oh, you're out. Oh, this. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Oh, so you got writing down here, didn't you? Is that right? And you waited for this? I think so, didn't you? Yeah. Well done, mate. Okay, yeah. So you got out 4-3 up here, didn't you? You got out right here from getting in here. Flipping hell, mate. You got balls of steel waiting on that lot. I just traded 1 contract, so that's good. That's sensible, I think. It's not too much of a risk. Yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you. Yeah, you can post it on the WhatsApp if you want, on the forum. Link to the forums in the description, so if you ever do want to post something on the forum, bud, you can do. Fire away. 2-legged correction on the bigger picture, yeah. I'm not even sure whether we're going to get back to here, are we? Yeah, I can't get involved really unless it comes back with 2 legs, and then usually I always wait for the higher low anyway. Just confirms it then a bit more. It's a bit safer. Interesting. 1 leg. Nice to come a bit lower. Touch that EMA. Sit on here, nice and bullish. That's tempting. You done, are you? Yeah, you take it easy, pal. Have a great weekend. Look. I'd like to come down here a bit closer, really, than take a trade from there. Come a bit further down, come on, and then we have another bar down here, so leg and a leg. Drop down, touch that EMA, push up, bullish. That's not too bad, I don't think. Won't be shocked if that drops and then shoots up. Okay, so is a second entry long. I'm going to wait for a higher low, I think, because it is a bit congested there. I think it's probably okay.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
So there's a possibility we could get a break here. Okay, I'm done for the day, I think. I'm happy with my 2 points. I don't want to take any risks. It's a bit congested. It's probably going to work up from there. Probably a 2-tiered channel. But it's going really slow now. I'm getting tired, so I'm going to sit tight. So I'm done for the week. Another week done and dusted. So over the space of 4 weeks, I'm up $1,600 on this account. So it's working okay. A little bit slower, but I like it. It's a lot less stressful. So you times that by 10 over a month. There's $16,000 there. So you can still earn a ton of money even trading one contract. And that's just with 10 accounts. Obviously, you can get up to 20 with Apex. So there's potential to earn a lot of money. I think that's probably going to go up. Tempted to wait for the higher low, really. Push up sideways. You just never know, do you? So I'm going to save my trade. Let's have a look. Oh. Not a huge amount of volume, to be fair. Very low. It must be. I mean, obviously, there's a holiday today. So that's got to have been something to do with it. Ooh. Touch. That's going to go up, isn't it, for sure? Second entry long. That's so tempting.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Let's forget it. Don't want to spoil the weekend. I'm nice and green now. Always nicer to finish on the green. Last thing you want to do is take something a bit reckless. So yeah, really low volume today, I gotta say. Let's move that over there. So just gonna mark that channel. Yeah, it's fitting nice in there in all fairness. Chad, the measured move is resistance. You start the first leg at 4,356. Yeah, do you know what? The thing that's taken me up is the daily. And we are sort of, even if you go from here, there's a measured leg there. There's another one there, in my opinion. Leg up, 2 legs of correction, another leg up. I absolutely think that's going up. Absolutely. That daily is just it's going to stop that short out surely once we get above there, which we will in a minute. Yeah. I'm not taking another trade now anyway. It's broken above that. But I don't want to spoil a weekend. You just never know, do you? It's pushing up now. It'll go in a minute. There she goes. It's good practice to not jump in. In all fairness, there's no real setup there, although I pretty much know where it's going. Sometimes you just jump in. But I've given up doing that. I used to, because it's a bit careless. You shouldn't just think, oh, it's going up, jump in. You know, you've still got to stick to your own rules, really. But we got a leg, side was in another leg. But yeah, you've got to stick to your own rules. Gone are the days I just start jumping in now. I've got to wait for a proper setup. I've had to decide to take it seriously. It's very easy to just get a bit careless and jump in. And although it may work, it's not a good habit to get into, really, I don't think. I was very tempted just to buy there, but at the highs, really, there's no real setup there. We're just going sideways. That's not looking good, and then up we go. And it's just one of those things. Sometimes they don't follow the rules. Sometimes these trades just don't set up, and it's risky, and it's just a habit I want to try and get out of because I've spent a lot of time just jumping in. So there we go. Anyway, so that's it for today. Let's save my chart. It's the 11th. Sorry, no, it's not. It's the 10th of 10th of the 11th, 2023. Okay, so before I change my mind, I'm getting rid of it. So that's it, folks, for the day. I will be back on Monday. I appreciate all the comments. I hope I haven't bored you too much. Some days I have where I'm quite talkative, other days I'm quite quiet. So you got me on a talkative day today. So I'll just remind you that you've got a volume button. So if I get too much, just there we go. So that's probably hit that. In fact, let me just have a look. Has that hit that measured move now? I sort of knew it was going to do that. Now, if I'd have had a big chunky bank balance, I'd have waited in that. So I think that'll absolutely hit that measured move. And then I expect it to be up here to take out that daily stop. So I'll have a check of that later. So have a great weekend. And I'll be back on Monday. So take it easy, stay safe. And I will see you back here on Monday. Bye for now.